the best way to approach coming up with an aesthetic for your wedding or elopement. This also can apply to really any event you'd want to throw, like baby showers, wedding showers, whatever it is. Birthday parties, whatever you want. But I am going to focus on weddings in this, but I think the most fun and creative way to approach coming up with a cohesive style and aesthetic is pulling from different aspects of your life and just like any art that you love. Using your favorite movies, your favorite music, your favorite artist, like if you love like a specific painter, whatever it is, use that and write that down because we're going to use that later to integrate little pieces of that into the aesthetic of your day. If you and your partner want to sit down together to make this list, that's even better, or you can each make one separately and then combine them after and integrate each list into the mood board. I also use this method for styled shoots. When I plan styled shoots, it's a great way to come up with original ideas instead of just like looking at other styled shoots or other weddings that have already happened. I'm creating something original by taking pieces of things that I love and using that instead of like a wedding that's already been done. Like it's already been done, we don't need to do it again, is how I feel about it. Okay, so I'm gonna use Milanote and I'll just use Canva to make this board. I just think it's easiest to create a mood board in Canva. That's the best thing I found to use, but you can truly use whatever you want. Let me find a template to start with. Doesn't really matter, but like I'm picky. Okay. So to start, we're ignoring this. We're just gonna make a list. Get rid of all of this stuff. So, like I said, we're gonna use our favorite movies, our favorite music, whatever we want, and you're just gonna list them out. You don't really wanna do images at first because we're just getting our ideas down. Let me make this not ugly. Pink, there we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna put like my favorite movies off the top of my head. So I'm gonna put Frances Ha, Fantastic Mr. Fox. Something to keep in mind too is when you're deciding for, I guess for the movies category specifically, you might want to note if it's the aesthetics of the movie or like the feeling of the movie that you like and want to integrate into your mood board. So Fantastic Mr. Fox, when it comes to the aesthetic of the movie, I really love the aesthetic. I love the colors. Color is a really huge thing to pull from for your mood board. So that's something to keep in mind for the movies when trying to think of movies, like movies with really distinct colors and art direction. Anything like that is going to be really helpful to pull from. I mean, you don't have to know each movie, you can just put the movie, but something to also keep in mind is think of weddings in movies that you've really loved. For example, I really loved the wedding in Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 1. It's probably like, I mean, it's one of the darker Harry Potter movies, but that is like one of my comfort movies, and the tent wedding in that movie is so cool. Like I'm obsessed with it, and it ends dark. But overall, the aesthetic of the wedding is really cool. And also, they're very like, the whole vibe of the wedding is very like, they're all a bit awkward, but it works. And I love that. Weddings definitely have a little bit of like awkwardness to them, but when it like kind of fits into the day, like you're like, that's kind of part of the vibe. Like then it's just like chill. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I have in my mind. Also, another movie I love is Little Women, 2019, directed by Greta Gerwig, one of my absolute favorites. And the wedding in that movie, 10 out of 10. And that's something to keep in mind is, let's say you don't have a huge budget, right? If you find a wedding that you really love, like especially in movies, because movies, you know, there'll be super elaborate weddings in movies, but then there's also like movies like in Little Women where they clearly, the whole thing is that they don't have a ton of money, but that wedding is like so beautiful and wholesome. And I just think it's really important to take inspiration from like different areas, because it can open your mind to what's possible, even if you have certain restrictions around you, whether it's the time of year, money, whatever it is. So that's really good to keep in mind. And then I don't want to go too crazy. Honestly, that's probably good for movies. So movies were good. And then let's do music. So for me, The Guys by the 1975. I absolutely love that song. And it just reminds me of my friends in general, which I really love. And also there's a lot of like artists in my life, so it kind of like, I don't know, it's a specific feeling that I really love that it gives me. And then Tongue Tie, I actually played that at my wedding. Who is that by? I don't actually know. Who is it again? Grouplove. Yeah, okay. Tongue Tied by Grouplove. That's kind of the song that I picture, like a big group of people, like all your loved ones around you, and you're just dancing and having a good time. Cute. Ooh, okay. There's this song from this movie that I'm obsessed with. So it's from this movie called Phantom Thread. There's this song. If you've not heard this song, it's the opening song in the movie, and I've never been more obsessed with a song in my life, honestly. It's so good. Opening scene, and then I need to find, I think it's called House of Woodcock, which, interesting name, but it's amazing. Is this it? Oh, it's so good. Literally makes me tear up. Truly one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard in my life. Okay. Phantom Thread, House of Woodcock by Jonny Greenwood. Okay, yeah. Because I think tying each song to certain moments is helpful, so then it's like pretty specific. Okay. Any other songs that come to mind? I know it's very random, but trust me, it helps build the mood board. Okay, I'm gonna go for two. I'm gonna go for two basic but classic songs. I'm gonna go for Sunflower by Harry Styles. That speaks for itself. Also, Lover by Taylor Swift. Because I think that song for me reminds me of New Year's, and like hanging out with your significant other on New Year's, and it's just like cozy and you're drinking your little wine. And it also kind of links back to the scene in Frances Ha where Greta Gerwig is talking about how you like see your other person, like your significant other, in a room, and you're each talking to people, and you're just like, I'll insert the scene. It's beautiful.
It's kind of hard to. It's that thing when you're with someone and you love them and they know it and they love you and you know it, but it's a party and you're both talking to other people and you're laughing and shining, and you look across the room and catch each other's eyes, but not because you're possessive or it's precisely sexual, but because that is your person in this life. And it's funny and sad, but only because this life will end, and it's the secret world that exists right there in public, unnoticed, that no one else knows about. It's sort of like how they say that other dimensions exist all around us, but we don't have the ability to perceive them. That's what I want out of a relationship.
When I watched that movie when I was like 17 or something, 17 or 18 maybe, I was like, that's what I want. So yeah, I know it's a little convoluted, but we're going with it. Then we have artists. Now, do I know very many artists? No. When it comes to artists, I was thinking more like a painter, a art gallery artist. There is one that I really love, so I'm just gonna put that because I also think it might tie into these other ones. It's actually the artist from my purse, and I've been kind of obsessed. I got this at like a vintage shop, and it's from the 70s, I think. And I brought it home because I bought it on a trip to Virginia, random, I know. And I brought it home and I showed my grandma, and she was like, I had that purse. And yeah, I'm just obsessed with it. And the artist's name is Anton Payik, or Peck. It looks like Payik, but I think it's also cool to pull from like clothing that you really love. I actually, for my own wedding, I took my favorite sweater and I actually color swatched it, and I used that to create the color palette for my wedding. So really, inspiration can come from anywhere. Anton Payik, why not? We got movies, we got music, we got artists. So with this is when we're then going into what your priorities are for your day. So, end goal. What do we want out of our day? We want to spend time with our partner. It is our wedding day after all. Make memories with friends and family. And a creative project or creative outlet. Sure. Okay, so we have our list. So let's just say this couple's name is Luna and Sarah. Whatever. Cool name. Wait, Sarah's my sister's name. Let's do something else. We need something more ominous. What are our couple's names? We need something cool. Let's go. We're being messy. Anyway, to put together this mood board now, we want to sort of add in elements from the template that then like apply to us. So not really feeling, maybe the stars are cute, we can leave those. Don't really need these lines. I do like this here. Maybe we put that there for the vibe. Warm and inviting, I don't know. End goal, to spend time with your partner, make memories with friends and family, and a creative outlet. This can help us narrow down what isn't for us. So for example, if this is your end goal, maybe a ton of family traditions that your family, like that all your cousins have done. Maybe that's not something you want to do, and so that's going to be something you have to like talk with your family about and prep them for. And maybe using this, you can show them what your idea is, and then maybe you can discuss how to integrate those things. I'm not saying just completely dismiss them altogether, but maybe if you show them this, you can be like, hey, I'd love to find a way to make this tradition work into what we want. That way people can see your vision out of your head. I think that's really important. So first, I want to come up with a color palette. And to do that, I am gonna go to Pinterest. What you don't want to do is go on Pinterest and just look at weddings. I really don't recommend doing that. I think after you kind of have your aesthetic down, then you could go to weddings and type in those specifics of what you want to then find it. But starting out, the last thing I would look at is weddings, because you're just gonna get like overwhelmed, and it's gonna be someone else's vision, not your own. That's what we don't want. So I'm just gonna type in Fantastic Mr. Fox colors. Usually they have like a little, yep, here we go. Oh, we have this Wes Anderson film color palette. We have the Fantastic Mr. Fox color palette here. I'm going to drag that over to Canva and then crop it so we just have the one we want. Sick. So we have our color palette, at least an idea for one. So we'll put that next to the names. So we got our little color palette in here. Started making this the right colors. Let's make this. Yeah, and then this. This is just where you start putting things together to look a little more cohesive. I'm just gonna start putting in images. So let's do Frances Ha. What you're doing here is you're just grabbing images that show an example of what you have in your mind. I kind of like this one, the carefree nature of it. I'm probably going to use this mood board for a styled shoe because I feel like I'm going to like it. So we'll put that in there, kind of like that. Let's do Little Women 2019 wedding, because there's a wedding in the movie. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my god. Now, this is a little bit cooler toned, so I would say maybe we go for like a warmer toned image to kind of fit with the rest of our board. That's something to keep in mind as you're building it. Oh, this one's perfect. I love. Ooh, okay. We're doing this one. We're doing this one. It's not the wedding, but we're adding it. That is so cute. Oh my god. We'll add this one in the media library in case we want it. Back to the wedding. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. We're doing that. Ooh. Okay, I definitely want to make another one of these videos because it's having a lot of fun. And also I think it'd be fun to do a Christmas wedding with Little Women. I think that'd be really fun. Okay. The Deathly Hallows Part 1. I do not know those characters' names. Okay, we've got this image, but it's not really a vibe. Oh, here we go. We got a GIF. Slay. Getting crazy. This in here. It's a GIF, so it's a little questionable looking. Okay, just ignore the stuff on the bottom because I haven't done anything with that yet. Oh, here's a good one. Yeah, that one's better actually. Okay. Probably gonna make this 2 pages. I also like to create sections, so there's like, because there's certain aspects of the day where you could have maybe even a different aesthetic for like the ceremony and the reception. So this will be like the overall, and then when you scroll down it'll be the other parts of the day. Also kind of like this image. But really you're just pulling things, seeing what works. You don't have to be super picky with it. You can change whatever you want. Using Saltburn in your wedding mood board is crazy, but we're doing it. Emerald, the director of Saltburn, said the Tumblr girls will eat up the imagery of Saltburn, and she was not wrong. Oh, we got this one. This one's cool. He looks sad though, and he's like a murderer. Do we want murder vibes on our board? I mean, maybe. This one's good though. Love that. And also the Frances Ha one is like not working with the rest, so we're gonna get rid of it for now. And that's the beauty of it. You don't have to use every single movie in your board. You're just pulling inspiration and seeing what happens from there. We can't have the entire board be Little Women, okay? Oh, let's do the New Year's Eve vibes. And you can really just, so like songs, just think of things like imagery that works with the songs in your head. So like a New Year's Eve party is what I see. It's like warm tones. Oh, this is fun. I love this. Definitely this. This is cool. Also, if you use Canva, I do have this thing where it'll like automatically cut out an image for you, which is cool. And I have like a fun little effect like that. Yeah, I'm really into that. This image I'm not liking. Insert that into there. I feel like this looks pretty cool. I'm happy with that. So from here is where we can start looking at parties, weddings, showers, because it doesn't have to be wedding specific, just events that have a similar look to what we're going for. But I'm going to continue working on this, and then I will show you the end product. Okay, cool. Those are our finished mood boards. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out on my Instagram. It's linked below. And if you made a mood board along with me or multiple, feel free to send those over. Why do I keep doing that at the end?